Halo means a lot to me. I grew up playing Reach, so it wasn't until a couple years ago when I first played them all in Master Chief Collection. Combat Evolved was the first of the Halo games, and this one really came out the gate swinging. Pillar of Autumn, you wake up in this ship during a Covenant invasion. You make your way to Captain Keyes through a bit of chaos.
Oh no!
You meet Cortana, Keyes gives you a gun, and you go. The game immediately fills you with this sense of wonder, which lasts through the entire campaign. You escape in a pod, falling towards this ring, seeing the autumn rush past you. What a great spectacle this is. In Halo, you finally land on one of the most incredible locations ever in a video game. This massive ring posing as a planet. It towers over you, filling you with so many questions. Just what is this place? How long has this existed? Is it man-made? How would that even work? The sheer scope of this ring is just crazy, and the feeling I get exploring it is really magical. In the Truth and Reconciliation, you're sneaking into the Covenant ship in the dead of night to rescue Captain Keyes. The ship itself is constructed in such an odd way, these twisting hallways illuminated by a purple glow. In the Silent Cartographer, you land on this beach and fight your way into the control room, where you realize the ring is actually a weapon of mass destruction. 343 Guilty Spark is my favorite mission. You're set down into this dark, foreboding jungle, dripping with atmosphere as the rain falls through the trees above, bouncing off the alien-looking plant life. The radio cuts out near this crashed pelican as you try to make out what's really going on through the noise of the wildlife. The Covenant seemed to be on edge ever since you arrived, in fear of something else. As you travel down into the depths, the tension only rises when you realize something is wrong. I remember my first time playing this thinking, what could this possibly be? The mystery surrounding the answer to this question was really a magical thing to experience. Then there's Keyes. In this one, you fight through the flood to get back into the crashed Covenant ship right above you to save Captain Keyes. The pools of liquid forming around you are from the oil leaking out of the ship. At the start of this mission, you actually walk right past where Keyes is captured, and it took me until making this video to realize it. It also wasn't until making this video where I watched all of these terminals. Most of it is Guilty Spark being all lonely, but look at this one. It actually shows you what would happen if Halo was activated. It really puts into perspective how dangerous this thing is. Then there's the Keyes one. After he's captured by the flood, you see him trying his hardest to hold on to his memories as the flood slowly take away his last semblance of what it means to be a human.
Miranda, is that you?
Forget everything.
No, please, don't let me forget. Keyes. Jacob. Captain, service number
198-19912-J. Memories. Emotions.
The combat in this game feels really great. Of course you can shoot guys normally, but you can also punch them. Oh, these are like the hard ones. What? The basic gameplay flow of shooting and punching and throwing grenades is really satisfying. You can have two weapons at a time that you can switch between, and the weapons we do have in this game have become instant classics. The Magnum, the assault rifle, the shotgun, the rocket launcher, sniper rifle, plasma pistol, and needler. And my surprise weapon of choice, the plasma rifle, which is always stronger than I remember. You have the human weapons, which can run out of ammo but can still be refilled, and the Covenant weapons, which overheat and have to be replaced. The enemies in this game are some of the absolute best. You have the grunts, basically the imps of this game, defenseless, destructive cannon fodder. Unlike imps though, grunts are actually cute. You have the jackals, who hide behind their shields while leaving their hand exposed. Then there's the elites, the more skilled and mobile of the Covenant forces. They're smarter too, which makes them great leaders and role models to the grunts. They take cover and roll out of the path of a grenade or a rapidly approaching warthog. The hunters are some of the coolest enemies ever, these big, imposing suits of spiky armor, piloted by a bunch of worms. They move like gorillas, slamming things around, killing guys, and also like gorillas, they have an exploding energy ball to shoot at you. They do have a pretty fatal weakness on their back though. The Flood are pretty interesting, since their insides are all gooey. Guns like the sniper rifle are pretty ineffective against them. You're better off with a shotgun or plasma rifle. And you can forget about punching them, it does nothing. The tiny parasite guys don't pose much of a threat unless they all gang up on you. It's really satisfying to wipe a bunch of them out with an assault rifle and watch the chain reaction as they pop like balloons. So there is co-op in this game, and it works perfectly, but I didn't get to mess around with that here on this channel, since I was still settling into this whole YouTube thing, and at the time I didn't have an extra TV set up. Split screen is an option, but I avoided that for recording purposes. When this game came out though, the multiplayer was a huge deal. It must have been crazy to be there back then when this stuff was still unexplored. Real quick, what's Joey's thoughts on this game?
The story, the gameplay, the glitch, the graphics, I love.
Thank you, Joey, thank you. Now on to the graphics. So for 2001, the visuals still look really great. The game has such a unique vibe that can only be felt in these older Halo games. The backdrops bring such a grand scope to the game, whether it's the beautiful vastness of space, or the halo ring wrapping around the sky, or the melancholic landscape of the Maw. Even apart from the backdrops, these stages have such atmospheric locations. The moon looming over you in the Truth and Reconciliation, the snowy cliffside walls towering over you in Assault on the Control Room, and the moody jungling night in 343 Guilty Spark. Places like these make the Halo ring so captivating. It becomes a place I really just want to be in. The sound effects in this game are perfect. The sound of the guns shooting, the crunchy punchy of your melee attack, the voices of the Covenant, and the voices of the Flood. Even as something as simple as the shield recharging. It all works together to make everything you experience in this game believable. Now the music in this game is so iconic. The Gregorian chant of the opening suite plays into the mystical, epic feeling that Halo conveys. The ethereal perfection of ambient wonder. That commando corps energy of the gun pointed at the head of the universe. The bass and synth working together to create such a strange, calming feeling in Under the Cover of Night. In the Maw, you make your way back onto the Autumn, which is sitting in ruins after the crash. After fighting hard through this one hallway, and blowing up this engine, you make your way off the Autumn in one of the coolest and most iconic sequences in gaming. When the game comes to a close and the Halo ring is shattered, the camera zooms out as Master Chief takes off his helmet. It's when you realize that this is only the beginning. Thank you for watching.